The food shelf is an emergency food shelf, and its role is to provide food to people who are experiencing food insecurity. And we provide access to food once a month, and it's based on the size of the family. Last year we served about 44,000 people from 13,000 families, and distributed almost 1 million pounds of food, which has a value of about $1.8 million to the community. So for every dollar that is given to the food shelf, we provide $4 back to the community. Anybody that's malnourished is going to be suffering from chronic illnesses. That's going to increase cost. We estimate 1 out of 7 kids in Bemidji is suffering from some form of food insecurity. Well, for people wanting to access this, it's really one that you don't need any documentation. You don't even need to say where you live. It is income-based, but at this point it's 300% of the poverty line, so quite a few people qualify. So that's usually not a barrier. When people come here, they get to select their food based on family size. We also have about a 5-acre garden or farm that we produce produce that we distribute in the food shelf in the fall during harvest. And we produce about 20,000 pounds a year of tomatoes, cucumbers, squash, peppers. We feel that it plays a pretty critical role both in the standpoint of sustainability, and we are producing some of our foods. One, in the state of Minnesota, when you show up at a food shelf, you're considered a resident. There's no restriction per se on going to another community's food shelf. What we have for where we find people that are coming would be Cass, Hubbard, Clearwater, Beltrami. Food shelf is open Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 10 to 3. Check our website. We encourage people to come in and access food if they need it.
When I think about food security, I think about if something were to happen in today's world and the grocery store shut down, how would I feel? I wouldn't feel panicked. I wouldn't feel worried because I grow my own food. I raise my own chickens. They lay eggs. I also have a huge garden that I harvest from every single year. I freeze dry, I freeze, I preserve in cold storage, and then we also raise our own pigs and butcher them for meat as well. It's just a lost trade, growing your own food, caring for your animals in return for them to then care and nourish your body. Just working in soil and grounding yourself has a whole integrative, holistic effect on your whole body system. You just appreciate things, you do. And the work is hard, but at the end of the day, you can go to bed and say that all that hard work didn't go for nothing. Your greatest wealth is in your health, and it's in your home, and it's in your family. And when you can care for something, and in return it'll care for you, I mean, that's just a beautiful feeling. My parents did garden, but it was something over time that I realized I wanted to do. And I'm finding that more families and more people are wanting to do that, they just don't know how to do it. And sometimes the best thing to do is just to jump right in and ask questions as you go, because that's what I do. I ask anybody and everybody, what do you recommend? Have you done this before? And sometimes you just got to get in and figure it out as you go too. And sometimes that's the best way to learn. And so to make that change isn't always easy. And I always tell people, don't think that you're going to just start this huge farm and you're going to milk cows and you're going to raise chickens and butcher chickens and do all these things. Find those resources and then speak to your elders or get in touch with people that know that, because they are the ticket. Give yourself grace and just try it, one step at a time.
When you are going to the farmer's market and getting something, 100% of what the money that's being exchanged, the farmer gets to keep. That goes into their growing. And for like us as a family, that means that I can provide for my own family. Getting to know your farmer directly and having a friendship with them. When you have that, they get to know what you need, you get to know what they can provide, and then you have more access to things that don't have to go through the transportation and the packaging. There's also farm stands that pop up around the area. You know where those are. Keep going back to those same people, and that just helps them build what they're doing. The more time that they're into it, the more they can produce, the more they can provide. And then all of that, the financial resources, the physical resources, that comes out of that, it all stays in the community, it never leaves. There's a lot of people that have lost track of the things that they did in the past, whether it's knowing how to store carrots, cure onions, or make tomato sauce. We're not that far removed from generations that didn't even have access to grocery stores, but that it only took a couple of generations of not utilizing growing your own food and preserving it to lose that information. And I think that just it's our natural instinct to want to be able to provide for ourselves and just intrinsically know there are certain things that you have to have. Start small, like even if it's tomato plants in a pot on your back deck. That's a very doable thing. Just get garden books and start reading. Just one thing at a time, and when you get good at that, add something else. But also be open to challenging yourself for something that's a little different. When it's originating here, then we're not the end of the line, we're the beginning.